India is supposed to be a strong ally of the United States of America. So why? The problem is that when America says, don't buy from Russia, India says, we are sovereign, we will do whatever we can for the betterment of our people. It can't happen in India. If you try to destroy a temple in India, there would be large-scale violence in India. Jai Hind friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. A lot of people watch our videos abroad. In the US, they watch us in Canada, they watch us all across Europe, Australia, New Zealand, but do not subscribe. I would request you to please subscribe. It will help us a lot. It will expand our viewership base, our subscribers base, and the message then gets passed along easier. So please subscribe to our channel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have news from the United States of America, especially attack on a Hindu temple. And there is an update here which I'd like to share with you. US lawmakers strongly condemn vandalism of Hindu temple in California. The Sri Swaminarayan Mandir Hindu temple at Newark, California was vandalized with anti-India graffiti. Now, this has happened before. This has happened 1 or 2 days before. And now what they're doing is US lawmakers, including Indian American congressmen like Ro Khanna and Raja Krishnamurthy, have strongly condemned the act, emphasizing the need for accountability. The vandalism is denounced as a despicable and disgraceful by lawmakers with calls for a thorough investigation. The US State Department and Consul General of India in San Francisco also condemned the defacing. The vandalism is treated as a targeted act, blah, blah, blah. And the State Department says, we condemn the vandalism of Sri Swaminarayan Mandir Hindu temple in California, etc., etc. Now, all these are words, whether they are from a senator, a congressman, or a congresswoman, or the State Department, or anybody. These are words. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a couple of things. And I have been saying this for a long time now. So there is nothing new in what I'm going to tell you, but these are facts. It is just that you don't know about them yet. It is not possible, or let me put it another way, it is entirely impossible that the Khalistanis are so active in the US where people buy weapons for home defense. US is the most armed nation on earth, and I'm not talking about their Marines, their Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. Not even the police. The people of America are the most armed people on earth. Right? People have weapons for home defense. In some states, people buy automatic weapons for home defense. There is conceal and carry. Different states have different rules, right, for weapons. Now, for Khalistanis to so frequently enter the temples and deface the temples with impunity, without anyone having been called into account, suggests a certain pattern. And it is this pattern that I'm going to talk about. I have every reason to believe, and I'll give you my logic for it, I have every reason to believe that the Khalistanis in America are nurtured by the deep state, or nurtured by the CIA at least. Why would the CIA do this? Against a country or against a people, let's talk about Hindus in America. The Hindus are the topmost performing group in America. They pay the most taxes. They earn the maximum amount of money. They make up, percentage-wise, the least population, the prison population. They're well behaved. They're not asking for their religious laws to be implemented in the United States of America. They're people who gel with other people, other communities very easily. India is supposed to be a strong ally of the United States of America, so why should the US allow all this? Now, there is only one logic to it, which I'd like all of you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that not everybody is happy with India's progress. Not everybody. I've mentioned this many a time before, and I'll take the liberty of saying it again. Your enemies are upset when you progress. Your friends are more upset. This is human nature. So, with India's progress, China is understandably upset because China and India are at loggerheads, especially along the line of actual control, 3,500 kilometer plus, and also in matters pertaining to trade. So America is doing all it can to pull out manufacturing from China and put it in countries like India, Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, etc., all out from China. And the US is also saying that we'll transfer technology, let's say in terms of drones, in terms of weapons, equipments, the Striker, armored vehicle, and troop carrier, and other things also. The US is very happy to transfer technology, M777. The problem is that on the other hand, the US is trying to balance this with supporting people like Gurpatwant Singh Pannu. And why should it do that? It does it simply because the US is also uncomfortable with India's growth. This growth in the recent years has been nothing short of remarkable. But the problem is that India is not saying yes, sir, to whatever America wants. The problem is that when America says, don't buy from Russia, India says, we are sovereign, we will do whatever we can for the betterment of our people. Not for the betterment of an individual, not for the betterment of the government, but for the betterment of the people of India. Dr. Jaishankar has gone to the Americans and also informed them about, the purchasing power parity. You cannot compare European purchasing power of individuals to Indian purchasing power. Ours is lower. Ours is like $3,000. Europe is plus $40,000. It is not comparable. So what we do is, we try and do the best for our people. If we think that the S-400 is something that we need, we will go and buy the S-400. Earlier, we bought oil from Iran and America did not like it. So America wants a partner that listens to America. The problem with the Americans is, or the American government is, that they do not understand equality in partnership. I think they've been spoiled by Pakistan. Just hear me out. I think they've been spoiled by Pakistan. They've been spoiled by what Pakistan, kowtowing in front of the Americans, saying yes sir to the Americans, taking money, giving them drone bases. Pakistan has done all of that. Pakistan has done whatever the Americans wanted them to do. And the Americans want an ally which is 10 times bigger than Pakistan, 10 times more powerful than Pakistan, with 10 times more capability and 100 times more credibility, but with the attitude of Pakistan. Now, we are not asking the Americans for aid. We are not asking the Americans for money. We are not asking the Americans for any sort of help in any manner. Whatever we buy from the Americans, we pay for upfront. And America is welcome to say no. If we say that we want drones and America does not want to give us drones, those Guardian drones from General Atomics, America is well within its rights to say, we're sorry, we cannot give you these drones, and it's all right. It's absolutely okay. We'll make our own, or we'll buy it from someplace else. But the problem is that this whole thing about the temple attack which is happening in the United States of America, and very frequently so, it is happening at the behest of the American deep state, which is why the Khalistanis go scot-free. And all these people are saying that we condemn it. What does your condemnation actually mean? This is not happening for the first time. This has happened so many times before, I've lost count. What action has been taken? Have you apprehended somebody? Is there a case going on somebody? I'm not sure I know. I'm not sure. So the State Department condemns it, and California condemns it, and this condemns it. It's immaterial. It is upon the NRIs in the US to protect their own temples. It is up to you, my friends, my NRI brothers and sisters, to protect your temples. This is your spiritual wealth. This is something that your fathers and your grandfathers and your forefathers, your ancestors gave you. The Hindu faith. And it is up to you to protect your faith. You are the single most successful community in the United States of America. How can you not protect your temples? The entire concept of home defense in America is about an American being allowed to bear arms so that he can defend his home and hearth. This temple is your home. Defend it. Defend it by using weapons if necessary. And what does it cost? You are multimillionaires. There are billionaires amongst you. Why would you not step forward and protect Sanatan Dharma? Why would you not? I'm sure you're trying. But let me share a couple of ideas with you. There are so many ex-cops who are in security. There are so many ex-Marines who are in private security. Hire a private security firm to guard your temples, your big temples at least, if not all of them, at least the big temples. And anybody comes, anybody steps inside at night, you identify them, friend or foe. And then you have every right under American Constitution to discharge your weapons. If somebody is trying to enter your house or enter your place of business or enter your holy places without permission, you have every right to shoot, and you should. You should also engage, and I have said this before and I'll say it again. You must engage with the local mafia in America. You must engage with them. There is no dearth of weapons in America. You have the Colombians, you have the Mexicans, you have the Russians. You have everybody in America. You have black gangs, you have white gangs, you have everybody. Pay off one and say, this is your territory. And we'll give you money. How much money do you need? We'll give you money every month. On the first of every month, you get this much of money. Anybody who approaches the temple who's not supposed to be there, or approaches the temple with ill intent, take them out. When I say take them out, I mean, I don't mean permanently, but you can shoo them away. My friends, it is upon you to protect your places of worship. If you think that you are in the United States of America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, it's not like that. It doesn't make any sense. You have to protect your home and hearth. You have to protect your temples. You have to protect Sanatan. And sometimes Sanatan cannot be protected only by Shastras. Sometimes it has to be protected by Shastra. You have to pick up weapons. I would request all NRIs, especially in the United States of America, to bear arms. This is exactly in line with the Second Amendment, and you can do it. Some of you might be living down there in the southern states, where all you have to do is show your social security or your driving license and you get a weapon. Arm yourself. Arm yourself. Set up a community watch around your temples. Say that, okay, once a week I will volunteer. So 4 or 5 of you carrying weapons, take your sleeping bags and be there and give guard duty. I mean, in rotation. That's what happens in the army. There is an outpost and you defend that outpost, and somebody is sleeping. The other one is on guard duty. Everything is available in America. You have night vision devices. Everything is available off the shelf in America. It's not like in India where it's so difficult to get a weapon license that, you're almost sorry that you want a gun. In America, you can buy a gun from Walmart. I would request Hindus in America to arm themselves to the teeth. Arm yourselves. Protect your temples. This is not something that you built. You might have given money for it, for building of that, for the temple, but this is something that you owe to your forefathers. This is something that you owe to Sanatan Dharma. Don't let it go like that, because if you think that the State Department or the local police is going to support you, it's not going to happen. If they do, I welcome it. If they do, I welcome it. But I'm going to tell you that this is your responsibility. Like your parents are your responsibility. The American government may provide a good hospital for them, but that aside, your parents, your children, your family are your responsibility and nobody else's. Therefore, that temple is your responsibility and nobody else's. 3 things that you must do. Have a pool of money. Keep it with a trusted person. Hire a security agency, right? The temple would be part of a trust or part of an institution. I don't know how things are registered in America. Put money there in that temple fund. From the temple fund, pay a private security agency to guard the temple. Anybody who comes, boom, good morning or good night, depending on the time of the day. Secondly, get in touch with the local tough guys. Give them money, ask them to protect the temple. And number 3, stand guard yourself. You know, this is your responsibility, this is your temple, this is your religion, this is Sanatan. And you will defend your religion with hymns and songs and books and stories when the need so dictates. And when things get a little tough, you will defend your religion with violence when necessary. So be prepared. And this is my request to Hindus everywhere, especially because I'm talking about the United States of America, in the United States of America, but if there are Hindus anywhere else, and there are a lot of you in the UK, in Australia, as per the local law, get your weapons and start defending your religion. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Tomorrow they will come, they will vandalize a temple in UK. And all your police will say that, we're very sorry this has happened and this is atrocious and we condemn it. How can you, this is 2023. This is not like the Mughals are invading. This is 2023. I want to ask my NRI brothers and sisters, how can you stand for Sanatan being insulted like that? It can't happen in India. If you try to destroy a temple in India, there would be large-scale violence in India. My NRI brothers and sisters, you have forgiven a lot. You've been very kind. But do you remember the story of Sri Krishna and Shishupal? Shishupal insulted Sri Krishna 99 times, and 99 times he was forgiven. But on the 100th insult, Lord Krishna took out the Sudarshan Chakra and beheaded Shishupal. There is a chaupai which I would like to narrate to you. And I hope you understand what your forefathers and what your ancestors stood for. बिने न मानत जलद जड़ गए 3 दिन बीत बोले राम सकोप तब भय बिन होए न प्रीत. My NRI friends, there is no friendship without fear. I'm not saying that you indulge in violence in the United States or any foreign country. You do what is within the law. If the American law says that people try to forcefully enter your property, you can discharge your firearms, then you bloody well go and discharge your firearms. Because the American law so dictates. Follow the law in whichever country you are. Protect your dharma. You have no choice except to fight back. Buy weapons, carry arms. There is life beyond getting your children settled and married. There is a life beyond doing an MBA from Harvard. There is a life beyond doing a PhD from Oxford or from the London School of Economics. There is a life beyond getting a well-paying corporate job. There is a life beyond your clubs and your golf and your vacations. That's not who you are. That's a part of your life. That's your lifestyle. Who are you? You are a Hindu. Sanatan is your religion. And when your religion comes under duress, you rise and you protect your religion. Your religion protects you. You protect your religion. Remember, it is said, Dharma rakshati rakshita. Dharma protects those who protect dharma. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the only thing that I will cover today in my video. Very deeply hurt by this. Deeply hurt by Khalistanis vandalizing a temple, but more deeply hurt because our Hindu brothers and sisters remember only Shastra. They don't remember Shastra. I'm not trying to point out. I'm trying to shake you awake. I'm trying to tell you that this is your religion. You have grown under the shadow of Mahadev. You have grown under the shadow of Prabhu Shri Ram. How can you bear an insult to them? Why does your blood not boil here? Why don't you feel humiliated? Why don't you feel angry? I don't live abroad, I live in India, but if somebody did it in front of me, I would burn everything to the ground. Why don't you do the same? I'm not saying take the law into your hand. I'm not saying that for a minute. But I'm saying that why don't you arm yourselves? Why don't you defend? You are not just defending a structure, you are defending the honor of your ancestors. Never forget, you're defending the honor of your ancestors, you're defending your faith. And you must stand up and be counted. Right? Now I'll take some question and answers. Raghav Malhotra. Hello Raghav ji. Raghav says that I've been watching and following you for the past 6 months. I'm an Indian citizen living in Poland. My question to you, do you think Poland has strict immigration policies? Western European countries like France should follow this to stop illegal immigrants that are the reason for serious chaos there. Absolutely agree with you. Countries should allow immigration from democracies only. Number one. Number two, they should filter each and every person. And they should have only one thing at the top of their minds. What is this person adding to our country? How is this person benefiting our country? Is he a doctor? Is he an engineer? Is he a scientist? Is he a musician? Is he a writer? Is he a great journalist? Is he a singer? Is he a sports person? Is this person able to contribute to further the interests of the host country? If yes, you're welcome. If no, get out. I think that should be the attitude, and I think Poland has just the right attitude. Dr. Harshal Mehta, what purpose, Jai Bharat, Jai Bharat, Harshal ji, what purpose Houthi terrorists have served by executing naval drone-based attack on cargo ship heading towards Gujarat, 200 nautical miles off near Veeraval port in Arabian Sea? Shall we consider this as a direct attack on India? No, it's not. Actually, Iran is pushing the envelope. So this is not an Indian vessel, first of all. It was heading towards India. It's not an Indian vessel. But what Iran is telling the world is that if you do not listen to us, we will disrupt global trade, or at least trade that goes around the Mediterranean and close by areas. We have the ability to disrupt that trade. This is what Iran is saying. And the only option you have is to disrupt Iran. Right? This whole 10-country or 20-country grouping that is protecting the Red Sea lanes from pirates and from missiles, I think it's a very defensive sort of strategy. Because one party is saying that we will attack you, and the second party is saying that, okay, when you attack us, we'll defend. No. If the Houthis are attacking you, you hit the Houthis hard. That's how it works. My only request to the world is learn something from Israel. Please learn something from Israel. If you do not, you're bound to suffer. That's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching this video. And if you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.